this one should be pretty quick. I wanted to share my Open WebUI and kind of status of the semi-public private LLM server I'm running. This is with Open WebUI, and it's pretty decent. There's other ones you can run and other command line ones that I have to run sometimes if I want to do different types of parameters passed in with the LLMs. In general, I'm not an expert in this, but this is kind of my current setup today. So as of yesterday, November 18th, or I guess it would have been 17th, I kind of went through and updated everything, cleaned everything up, cleaned up the models. And here's the order I have, and this might be wrong. I have a single 3090 that can handle basically as big as this 27B here, the Gamma. So I kind of updated to the Llama to Dolphin version 3.1, and that's an 8 billion, and Gamma 2, which is a 27 billion. And then as it goes down, we get kind of more edge casey. So this is more for coding. This one's more for like more another uncensored model. This one's both. These are both just basically prompts attached to any model, and this one's more for like role play and silly stuff. This is also me trying to make a system prompt for my wife. And then here's like a therapist one that I was playing with for Open WebUI's public repository of different prompts and stuff. So I don't have anything in the knowledge space just yet. For prompts though, I do have, I wrote a little lame script that would convert all of these into the fabric patterns into prompts for Open WebUI. So you can pull that down here. Fabric prompts, Open WebUI. It's under the miscellaneous and scripts on my GitHub here. So I did varying degrees of success depending on the model and the prompt and which one you put first. Professor Synapse is also another one to take a look at. This is the older version, and that's also on my GitHub if you just search for Professor Synapse. The newer versions require basically ChatGPT with all the bells and whistles, the premium version, and that's pretty much it. There's like a not safe for work one I was playing with. So this one is tools. So YouTube Transcripts Writer. The idea here is that you can put in a URL with a hash sign. So you just say, hashtag and then whatever.com, and it will pull the transcripts if it has them. What I want to do is have a universal media transcoder, so you could basically send it a URL, it will scrape it with something like Puppeteer, and then that Puppeteer information will get sent to something like YouTube Downloader, and then once that YouTube Downloader pulls down the content, it will convert it, run it through Whisper, which will convert that speech to text and hopefully have multiple characters in it using a different tool, and then it will spit out a transcript of that video or piece of media or whatever. And you can, of course, change the languages and whatever you want to do from there. So that's what I would like to see. I haven't yet scoped out where that's going to sit, if it's going to be a pipe or if it's going to be a tool. And apparently tools have been getting rewritten, or the functions are being rewritten and are working or not working. And then here's auto tool, what's supposed to basically detect when a tool is being used. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I'm playing around with that also to have it trigger other things inside of functions. That's pretty much it where I sit today. I do have, usually have like custom, not custom, but example suggested, some of these like jailbreaking type of things. And then I have your standard, styles of a couple of different styles. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. And I do have the internet search using Google in here. Now, if you want to stand up your own, I've done that before. It's quite difficult. I have a automated script that will do all of that for you, and that is under SearXNG. So there's a SearXNG Docker script, and I haven't updated this again in a year, but it'll basically pull everything down and do branding and stuff for you, and run the Docker and set it all up. My experience with SearXNG is it is is unstable, and basically everything stops working after a while because you get pushed through these anti-DDoS content providers. Same story, different day, when you're having to do captchas for search engines. So there's not really a whole lot of ways around it. I don't know how to actually implement this correctly. I've reached out to some folks online. Excuse me. And there are public ones out there that use different engines, but I think the idea is, this usually ends up being DuckDuckGo, more or less. And then there's, like, again, some weird throttling that happens. But it is nice to have your own meta search engine thing running, so you don't have to technically use Google. But I've tried to get it to work for so long, and I finally gave up, and I'm using Kaji today for most of my stuff. Now, I would show you the YouTube video integration stuff, but it doesn't appear to be working for some reason. I don't know why. So, do like a share, copy. Anyways, the idea is that you would put, a transcript of a show in here. So this would be a bunch of a transcript, and then you would, once you've done that, you would put / and then say like fabric extract article wisdom, right? And then it would, the theory is that it would be able to take this and give you, whatever the pattern or prompt is for that particular set of data. So that's where I'm sitting today. I guess I have to fix the YouTube stuff because it's not working. But other than that, that's pretty much the setup. Is if I get the YouTube working or I write and complete the mass media transcoder, universal media transcoder thing, or transcriber, I guess, I'll post that up. But there's several people working on that also. So not from a holistic standpoint, but just from a pure like YouTube video standpoint. Anyways, I hope that helps somebody out, and let me know if you have any comments.